Hello everyone, it's John 2. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today's my video is what if, or just say talking sense, not a what if, but yeah, just say what if, but that's not the video. It's what would have been like if the Doctor, which isn't canon yet, but could be canon very soon, had regenerations before when Hartnell's regeneration. Now, the whole thing I I wanted was them to adapt that story with when Hartnell he went travelling as a Time Lord, a time traveller. When he was becoming a Time Lord, I wanted him to travel. I wanted there to be like buses, out to like nearby planets, maybe not time travel, but nearby planet travel. I wanted that sort of travel, him to get interested in you know getting away in time and space. I wanted that. That he found Gallifrey very boring. That was the whole thing. Now him not being Win Hartnell's Doctor is a big problem for me because this is the show. This is the whole point of him running away. And the show was, you know, he had enough. He was a young man. He had a family. His granddaughter Susan came along with him, and she called him grandfather. That was the whole point of it. Now there was a thing saying, he might have had a bump in the head or something, and there might have been regenerations before. Why? And then because people are wanting more phenomenon, I can say it properly, phenomenon, they want the Doctor to have a whole nother generation cycle, but of women. So a regeneration cycle before to count out, the females to make it even 14-14. Though I don't really count Day 10 and second regen, as 14 actors. There's 13 actors and 14 incarnations, so there should be 13, so there should be added one at the end. So they wanted the Doctor, when they've been a child, to be a woman. Now, I've listened, proved that the Doctor was a boy. I'm going to say a man. A boy when he was younger. Apparently, it doesn't to some people. And they want to. So, surely, if you want to make this canon and right, surely you should balance it out, saying every other regeneration, or there was some females and some men. Why are you making it that whole try to make it even? I've been reading this thing saying it's all for all. I think myself, is it though? Why are we going through all this? I mean, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but we've already had Gay, and they're saying we haven't had all this. We had Gay, we had Captain Jack, and Captain Jack was good for Doctor Who. Why are they making it so against a certain amount of people? That's what it feels like. They're going to say the Doctor was a female, and it will change some people's, perceptive on Doctor Who. I can't say the word properly. It shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be done. If that is the case, the Doctor was always a boy. He was always being Hartnell. There's even someone made up a picture of him being young, and I would like that picture, to count. I like that picture to count and actually mean something, and that was him when he was younger. Though, knowing the current writers, they can change it. They can change it one minute saying there were females, and then saying, "Oh, I forgot there were males as well." So Chris Chibnall could say there was all females, and then there could be someone else who comes around saying there was males as well, and then someone else could come around and saying those ones didn't even count. And what if someone says, higher up, let's say Russell T Davies or one of the elder writers from the classic series said, "Oh, this isn't Doctor Who." When Hartnell was the first Doctor there was. Now, of course, the Doctor wasn't always called the Doctor, but he was granted that name in the Academy on Gallifrey. So, like the Master was ranked, the Master, Lord Master, Lord Doctor, what Rasmussen said. The thing is, it doesn't make no sense, and it's not needed. I don't want it. Don't know if you want it, but it is not needed. Not needed. Don't need another. And people are saying because there's another thing to show the Morbius regenerations. Those are Morbiuses. those are what he became. And I don't know if it goes over or something, and people are saying, because we see the Doctor's regenerations, because you've got to remember, at the time of Morbius, Doctor, well, we can say technically only regenerated 3 times up to the fourth Doctor. So the first Doctor, second, second to the third, third to the fourth. So we can say, twice upon a time, oh, this is your first regeneration. This is the first time. He didn't say this is the first time for the Doctor. He said this is the first time, like I regenerated. This is the first time for you, which he's saying for himself, Picapoli, which it made sense. That is his first time. He was scared. He didn't want to. Makes the story seem a bit less, pointless. He wouldn't be scared, and then they're saying, no, you forgot. I don't think you'd forget a previous life, and I don't think people would forget you in a previous life. I mean, you could have a different name, then surely people would see you acting the same way as you've done and doing the same stuff you've done. So people would know your name and they'll be like, oh, this is just like the Doctor. Unless he was evil, but then, as an evil Time Lord female, I don't think they would have that, so it wouldn't be a hero. So that does make no sense. But with the Morbius thing, those were his regenerations, Morbius. I don't care what anyone says, and if they do go over, he had an extra cycle. I can't remember. I don't know if he had 13 or 12 regenerations, Morbius. There were 4 for the Doctor because there were 4. And because we didn't know, they got the people, the background staff in to do the faces, but that wasn't nothing to do with it. It's just they got those people to do it. The background staff, I think. But yeah, they're just Morbius' previous faces. There was nothing special about them. They weren't the Doctors, and people would start saying, "Oh, they are." No, that's what Morbius used to look like. They went to mind game with each other to try and defeat each other with their knowledge, and we saw their faces. That's how they showed us, and of course they haven't never technically said it. It is. That doesn't mean that the Doctor had previous regenerations, and they weren't female. If they do count the Doctor's regenerations, they were male. It makes no sense to them being the Doctors, anyways. But there you go. They're saying that there's a block in the Doctor's mind, and he had a previous regeneration cycle, and they were all female. Doesn't make no sense. Why would there be? And why would they change history just to wind up some fans and please maybe a few? Some people wouldn't be bothered and it'd please a few. It would wind me up. I'm not even watching it. I've heard the news. I made a video on it. I mean, if they include it that somehow Winhart will do the first Doctor ever. I mean, Pop first Doctor ever, or not the first Doctor, the first person, and there were other generations somehow during his time, then there you go. I mean, why can't the Doctor regenerate into David Tennant again? Why can't the Doctor have, Win Hartnell as the first Doctor, well, first person to play the figure as the first Doctor, whatever you like to call it, and then she regenerate back into the first Doctor? There you go. And there might have been female Doctors. Who knows? But I'm saying, the first person to be the young boy, or whatever. People are saying now it's going to be a young girl like Missy. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it. Okay, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care, and bye for now. Bye bye.